know it's been all about you the whole weekend, but you can relax for a little bit. You know, this new, what we prayed for and what we got, this new heating and air. Are we comfortable out there? We need to start dressing in shorts and crop tops. And it's turned off. We are thankful for it, though. So, yay you. Yeah. I've had the pleasure of joining in their full experience this weekend, and I invite you to watch. I shared this at the 9 o'clock, but Diane and Chris are promoting these wonderful opportunities throughout this year to highlight music and these concerts. And the workshop yesterday was transformative, and I really honor you for holding that space. 2 hours we did chanting, and it felt like a blissful 5 minutes had gone by when you said, well, that's it. And I'm like, but now I have to go work on a talk. I want to stay here. But thank you. Thank you both. And their CDs are back there if you weren't able to experience the Friday night concert, and some of their chants are filtered in through some of those CDs. So what a gift. And thank you both for launching this, because I just am filled. So we're talking today about Banishing Doubt and continuing our look at Wayne Dyer's Your Sacred Self, for the overall theme for our year. And I wanted to share something before I start that I think is kind of humorous, but this is good old Reverend Bob Luckin on his Facebook posting this morning, if you didn't see it. He said, I am getting rid of all the mirrors in my house because they're all getting fat. I can't stop, I shouldn't look at that before I come, because then it kind of, everything I was going to talk about is like, oh, now where was I? But his humor is incredible. What a gift, what a gift. And I just thought I'd share that with you, because sometimes we doubt our way with wanting to accomplish things like that, to make a change in our outer appearance. So here we go, launching into looking at banishing our doubts. And Wayne Dyer starts with this beautiful quote at the beginning of his chapter: I rid myself of my doubts by remembering that there is a valid reason for everything that happens. And when we can allow ourselves time enough to be with our mind and our thoughts long enough to experience what are we being told? What is the message that is trying to come through? And if we have created such a filter that is encrusted with years of self-doubt that we never took the time to tend to, we just let it wallow there. And then in the moments when we really call upon something new to emerge by means of us, that doubt comes from behind and says, really? You? You think you're that? And then you say, I am that I am. I am that I am. Shut up. And Wayne Dyer says it a lot nicer, but that's where we'll start. So this invitation, and here's where I find the potency of rereading. I read this book a long time ago, and now rereading it, things are jumping out at me that I thought, I need to remember this. Our personal truths are that which we embody. So kind of reveal to your own knowing as you sit there, well, what is my truth? What is my truth? What do I have such confidence in my knowing that I can stand with spiritual integrity and power in that knowing. And for me, in my nursing career, I know people, and I know their health, and I can stand strong in that, and I can rely on the intuitive voice that comes so deep from within that says, go do this, go check on that, call this, do this, follow that. It's because the truth in me, as the ministry of nursing throughout a lifetime, has established a level of confidence in knowing, not an arrogance, but a confidence and a spiritual authority of knowing, as I have cultivated that through a lifetime. And so we each walk with that. We each have that sense of personal power and integrity. And so the invitation is to know your personal truth, and don't shy away from it. Don't go, gosh, me? Yeah. Yeah, you. Yeah, you, in the biggest knowing of who you are. Imagine now, as I invite you to look at your beliefs, which can underlie your truth, but truth is more powerful than your belief. And beliefs are what are targeted by your doubt. They are the ones that listen, that turn around if you have a belief in yourself of being less than, not enough than, not good enough as. See, I'm embodying your music this weekend. I kind of got this. I used to only have it down here, but now I'm kind of getting it up here. I don't care what you think. I got it. Anybody else, you want to silence your phones? Because I got more in my back pocket to pick on you and embarrass you. So, knowing your personal truth versus listening to your beliefs. And when you know that you're standing in your truth, the ability to absolutely release any possibility of doubt stands strong. So I invite you now to just, every time I speak these words, I invite you into your own consciousness. There is one divine consciousness that's holding us all. We name that, we call that, we love that, we pull that in. It is the mystery, it is the divine, it is grace, it is love, it is potentiality, it is the universe, it is all that is. And then we are a conduit of that. It is channeling its way through us. And it needs to make its way through our beliefs. And sometimes those are stubborn. And sometimes those have framed such an egoic stance, we can't hear anything but that. And the invitation is to go to the still small voice. Greg Lavoie last week inviting us in a beautiful workshop and message, the callings, the callings. The Quakers know this. They sit and wait until there's a calling, until that still small voice beckons us to our deepest truth. That still small voice of the sacred self beckoning us, calling us, loving us, calling us home. It never has a bit of doubt. That is your truth. So what words are you using? Doing words like in your life, well, I should. Are you always pigeoning that, other people into that? It can't be done. Oh, this won't happen. Are you starting to limit possibilities of potentiality? And I love Byron Katie's work. That simple statement, as you work through, as you realize the voices that are speaking to you, sit with them. Sit with them. Don't just think, oh, I'm going to run away from them. Then they won't get me. That stuffs them. Sit with them. Have a dialogue with them. Where'd you come from? How dare you challenge me? I look marvelous today. How dare you? When you are able to speak back into that doubt that covers the still small voice that's saying, you look marvelous today. Thank you. I love you. Listen to that and rise into that knowing. But listen, what is reflecting doubt? and listen to it, learn from it. Sometimes, as I was giving this message at the 9 o'clock, somebody said, I'm so involved with doubt. That seems to be my life's journey. I said, Mother Teresa, did you know this? She's a profound woman, right? A saint, right? Doubt. I feel bad for her as she passed. Her diary surfaced, and they published it. I feel even more bad because I read it. I didn't realize what I was entranced by her. I read everything about her, but this showed her dark night. And I thought, oh, this is not for me to know. Don't we all have those moments? Our dark nights are doubt stirring inside of us because something profound is longing to be birthed through us. And so here's a woman with a lifetime of service. And you know how she beat the voices of doubt? She did it anyway. She loved bigger anyway. So dark night of the soul, we sometimes are in that walk in life. And that's when the voices of doubt can lay us down and put us into a cocoon. But what's trying to be revealed? Ask yourself that. Keep asking the question. Because underneath that doubt, that is the voice of a belief, is the voice of the divine, the voice of the sacred self, the voice, the message, the calling to each and every one of you. So you want to free yourself so this living divinity that's within you is getting an understanding. It is tapping you to discover your spiritual magnificence. And when we're free of doubt, there's no limitation. I mean, you think of your own personal story, your own personal one, and you think, when you think, I am, and then you fill out the sentence, I am going to, or I am this, and then you allow for a moment just the whisper of the doubt to come in, and you can watch yourself shrink physically. The heart space gets confined. It gets locked up. But we're all one here. And there's a sense of, no, I want to be in my expanded, awakened state. I am awake. And so I am choosing right here and now to allow myself to emerge and to blossom and to rise from that which has been keeping me small, keeping me small. There is no limitations when we get rid of doubt. So what you know and what you believe, see the difference. See the difference there. Take time in your spiritual work in the mornings, in the evenings, throughout the day. When you are doing your meditations, when you are doing your prayer work, when you're in dialogue with another, when you're in sacred conversations, know what you know. Know that. And try to see what you believe and know the difference. Begin to shift your beliefs into knowings. When you establish that sense of knowing, the whole physical nature of your body, that which is being infused by the divine already, that is moving through the cells of your body, breathing you, this divine nature is breathing you, holding you here, holding the intelligence of our universe in synchronistic dance. It is all evolving and flowing, and we are all a part of that dance. Let us not restrict it by a woe is me, a single woe is me. What is the belief behind that? Now, when we start to shift those beliefs into our truth, we have that inner power. And in the invitation also, remember, when the doubt comes knocking through, let us turn to it and say, what do you want? Now, I wanted to do a cartwheel really bad when I was a kid. And my neighbor, Gary Kiss, would just boop, 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 across the lawn. And I'd go, okay, got it. And my feet would leave the ground about that far. But I would believe I could do it. And then he'd laugh, and I'd think, and I said, teach me how to do that. He goes, just point the toe, put the hand down in front of it, and just go. But I already had the doubt. So everyone was just this right angle with my legs. It was just this hump, hump. That went into diving as well. I thought, I can dive. No, I can't. Not on the high dive. I would walk up there so courageously, and on the high dive, I'd be up there and I'd go, and I just, the fear would immobilize me. And so I'd go, nope, I'm going to do it. And I would jump. And I'd still belly flop. And I thought, I can do it. I know I can. So I allowed myself to be stuck in that belief that I can't quite do a cartwheel. And then when it came into yoga and they were all doing handstands, I'm going, oh, God, handstand. I can do this. And then I couldn't, I did kick. And I'd say, somebody lift me. And I'm thinking, see? Yeah? See how I got that? I don't do it like other people, but if I have someone to help me, and we can all call on a friend. I think if they weren't so afraid of my long, wild legs, they'd help me do a cartwheel as well. But I did a handstand, and I thought, I am a true yogi now. The world is a lot different now. Yeah, look at me. I won't try it again because I've accomplished it. No need to go back. But see, I had a truth now in me as me. It wasn't that important. It didn't define me anymore. So the point is, you're going, what? Doubt. The point being, that which you know, that which you truly know, can never let you down. Wayne Dyer says that, reminds us of that throughout his writings. He reminds us that the beliefs are handed to us from the outside world. They're handed to us. We absorb them. But the knowings, that which we trust and know, comes from within. Feel the difference, because it'll change your life. But when Byron Katie, going back to her, when she says, what would you be without that thought? And that is transforming right there, right? Think about your own life. I don't know if I can. What would you be without that thought? Empowered, strong, live in the dream. I would be that. What would you be without the thoughts of doubt? Move on. The doubts have had their way for a while. Move on. Here's the power. So many of the beliefs we know we have absorbed through others, and we've got used to them. We got so used to them, we call them our own. I thought, because my parents were Republicans, that I was going to be one all my life. Not to get political here, but things changed later. I thought, I won't tell anybody. I won't tell my family. But you become where your heart leads you. You become where belief systems start to meld with yours. And you realize, I can be that, and I can be this. I can be all these things as I lean into a level of trust. So knowings can happen as the result of a direct experience. They can also, like childbirth. No one can really tell another, if they've never had a child, you can't tell a man what it feels like. But they can feel the transmission, right, of the love of the moment that birth is revealed. And we all hold the Holy Child in our arms. There's the transmission of the greatest truth of all of that. So there we're all drawn into the experience. So doubt, beliefs, and then embodying what is true. Beliefs can fail you, and knowings will never let you down. Belief is a thought, sometimes buried deep, buried so deep, and it has wrapped around it all of the doubt. And it's only called forth when you start to put that belief into practice. Watch things, watch the tiny doubts and their ability to shift things in a moment that you're trying to execute something new from deep within. But that which never lets you down, when you believe in something and you feel that you trust and you lean into that, here we call upon faith, in the moment of need, it will never fail you. It will never fail you. The divine is anchored to that truth, and it will never fail you. We have a sense of this vision of divine. Make yourself do your spiritual practices in such a way that when you are sitting with the divine, you become the divine. You relax into the nature, and we're going to practice that in a few moments with our guests, allowing you to be drawn into one of the chants they shared with us yesterday. You're going to follow your heart, and don't allow the doubt to restrict you anymore. This is a new year. This is a new opportunity to move forward and recognize this loving presence is always, always with you. And so in this loving presence, doubt and fear fall away. The fear, disapproval, the fear of failing, the fear of suffering, the fear of looking foolish, even the fear of success. Get rid of it. It doesn't matter. And if people try to follow you with their stuff, it's their stuff. Thank you very much. That's not mine. The truth of me knows this, and stand in that. So recognize I'm going to invite you up now, and we'll prepare so you can do your little magic here. But when you feel fear floating inside of you, fear itself is just free floating, and sometimes too it has a message. It's not like, don't listen to it, because sometimes it's trying to get you out of danger. But don't let it lock you in. Acknowledge it entering without any judgment, and just be aware. Just be aware. And in the beautiful reading that Damien had done, we want to remind ourselves as we do this journey together into this meditation to speak to yourself with a sense of authority. Now they're going to share some words in this song, giving it up to the light, giving it up to the light. It's the most beautiful transformation, the most beautiful transmission of their love of the divine flowing through them and entering each one of your hearts, open to receive. As you move into your spiritual practice, there is a dignity with which you begin to hold yourself. The invitation to close your eyes or to look up. Looking down keeps us stuck. Look up to the possibilities. Make a decision that you're going to meet the invisible divine from within. It's going to happen. It's happening. We close into that space from the outer world. We don't close our heart. We take our left hand and we place it upon the heart. And we remind ourselves there is a divine intelligence flowing through me as me. I am here. I am breathing. I am here. I am connecting. I am here. I am open. Any doubt, I look towards it. it is but a thin veil I walk through. Listen to their words. Keep your hand on your heart.
Let it go to the light. 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 Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go to the light. Let it go to the light. Let it go to the light. Let it go, 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 let it go. Let it go to the light. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. Go to the light. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. Let it go to the light. Let it go to the light. Let it go to the light. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go to the light. 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 Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go.
Now listen. Listen. Relax. And hear. I love you. I am listening. Hear your heart. I love you. I am listening. Feel the quickening of the grace as the walls break down. I love you. I am listening. I am the sacred self. I am that, and you are my beloved. I love you. There is no story here other than the purity of the divine anointing this very moment. I love you. I am listening. And we pour our heart into the vessel of a greater truth, of a greater understanding. The divine consciousness pours down into the vessel because we are open. Feel it. I love you. I am listening. And the right hand touches into the soft belly with us always, through every challenge, through every moment of fear or doubt or worry or anxiety. We are done. We have crossed the veil. We have entered that sacred space, and it's no longer divided. That which dwells within me, as me, is me. Let it go to the light. Let it go to the light. Feel it.
To the light, let it go to the light.
Sing it with them. Let it go.
Let it go to the light. 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 Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go to the light. Let it go to the light. Let it go to the light. Let it go, 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 let it go. Let it go to the light.
And then our hands open. And we transmit that love, that light. And so it is. Hold that. Hold that. Know that. It's yours.